Well, obviously, because I'm here, there has to be an animal story. And some pets seem to possess this weird ability to tap into what we humans are thinking, and in some cases even predict the future. So, are some animals psychic, or do they just possess some very keen senses?
In one corner, you have the believers.
The psychic ability of animals is just probably a lot more stronger and a lot more deeper than we actually realise.
And in the other, the scientifically minded skeptics.
This whole notion of psychic pets is not to do with the pets. It's all to do with the psychology of people.
But how do you explain the remarkable sixth sense that animals seem to possess? It's widely believed that animals like elephants, snakes and dogs can predict natural disasters.
There's some kind of unforeseen or untold energy that animals can just pick up on straight away. They know that something's about to happen.
Before last year's devastation in Japan, witnesses reported creatures freaking out and fleeing well before the earthquake and tsunami had hit. There were similar stories before New Zealand's quake and the Asian tsunami in 2004. Science suggests that animals can feel the Earth's vibrations.
There clearly are physiological bases for these things, and there are touch receptors, which we imagine the dogs have in their feet, and these are probably capable of picking up vibrations, just as the elephants do.
Then there are the incredible stories of pets predicting when humans are close to death. Oscar the cat made worldwide headlines for curling up with patients in their final hours at a US nursing home.
He will only go and stay with patients that are about to die. He will leave rooms, for example, when patients are not close.
I'd like to see the evidence for that. Is it just hearsay? Has it been a Chinese whisper? Is it people just seeing whatever evidence they choose to?
Some of the compelling cases for unexplained animal powers stem from the incredible and sometimes arduous journeys lost pets make to be reunited with their owners. Amanda de Warren has made a career out of connecting with animals and often does readings for owners who are desperate to find their missing pet.
Animals are attuned into us, and it's like a silent link, I guess, an invisible link that I've picked up on many animals that have gone missing, and they still know where their owners are.
David Dupre turned to Amanda when his dog disappeared in dense bushland during a camping trip. Snoopy had been lost for 3 days, and David had almost given up hope of finding him.
Amanda wasn't familiar with that part of the world, but she did describe the terrain and the country that he was lost in, which is very thick. She reassured me that Snoopy was still alive.
Through Snoopy's eyes, I asked him to describe me the area and the terrain that he was on, and he actually showed me the terrain, and then I was able to retrace his steps from his home to where he was at that particular point.
I headed off in the direction Amanda described to me. I heard Snoopy barking and found him down in a creek. There was tears all around.
There's no denying some creatures can sense changes undetectable to humans. But as for the hard scientific evidence to back it up, well, there's very little.
We are talking about animals having different sensory powers to ourselves. And because they're different, people have used terms like supernatural and psychic. But in fact, so often there has been a very simple, logical explanation.
But Amanda and her hundreds of loyal clients have all the evidence they need.
They are in tune with you and they understand. You know, if you're upset or you're sad or you're feeling grief or something, they feel all the emotions that we feel.
Seems though our viewers love it as well. It generated heaps of online chat today on the project's website. We put it to our web poll, are some animals psychic? 77% said yes, only 23% no. Now, I've got a friend of mine, he's got a dog who only dates women that his dog likes, because when he comes in he reckons the dog's psychic and he'll go berserk if they're a nutcase.
Yeah. What? Well, look, my belief is that pets... My belief is that pets don't necessarily have a sixth sense. They have 5 very good senses. Their sense of smell, their sense of sight, their hearing is pretty good. So they're using those very well. I know, Hughesy, you're a little bit cynical of this, but about 20 years ago with the Newcastle earthquake, my dog, about 20 minutes before the earthquake happened. His name was Claude. He was a poodle.
Yep.
The strange thing here isn't not the fact that he's a poodle and I call him Claude, but it's the
You
fact
look
that...
like a poodle sort of dude.
Thank you, I appreciate that. It's the fact that he ran around the house for 10 minutes before it, barking, yelling his head off to try to warn us.
My
And then
dog
the
does that every night. It's just possums, though. You know?
So you don't believe that they're psychic at all?
No, I think with earthquakes, they're hearing vibrations deep underneath the ground that are on a frequency that we can't hear, and that's what they're picking up on.
Oh, it's disappointing. I wanted to know whether my dog or cat knew about people and predictions.
Well, should dogs be in should animals be used to predict tsunamis? Should they be up in a tower somewhere?
No, in China, they've actually got a team of what they call seismic snakes, because snakes can pick up on the vibrations and they pick up on the earthquakes before they happen. Crazy, but true.
Wow, we love it. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more after this.
Coming up, Aussies kidnapped overseas. Where do you start when it comes to trying to save them? Is the war against drugs a fight we'll never win? Plus, the stinky jeans test, 3 months without a wash. This is The Project.